everyone. So I'm Carlotta. If you're new to the channel, this is my channel, Frank and Beans Books. And today I'm going to attempt to create an August TBR. It is currently August 2nd. I'm recording this on a Sunday. So we will see how that goes. Last night I just finished Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. So this will be my August wrap up because I did finish it in August. 5 out of 5. We'll just leave it at that for now. I can't say too much without just talking too much. So I just finished this last night. Amazing book. I gave it 5 stars. We'll talk about it more in my August wrap up. But so this kicked off August, finishing up this last night. And I will now talk about the books I hope to read in August. This is also going to include the audiobooks I want to get through. I do have like a library card that I use through Libby, which is like a online library where you can borrow audiobooks for free, which is amazing. So if you don't have that, get it, because man, it's just so convenient. Anyway, so if you see me looking down, I do have my computer over here with the 3 audiobooks I'm going to try to get through. So if that's what you see me looking at, that's what it is. So the first book I'm going to start talking about is The Vanishing Calf by Britt Bennett. This I'm reading on audiobook, and the premise of the story is 2 twin sisters named Desiree and Stella live in a small southern town and run away. When they are older, they have chosen very different paths to live. Desiree has fallen in trouble with her essentially baby daddy, and Stella essentially tries to pass as white in her path of life. So I'm only like 20% through of the book. It just deals with currently Desiree's come back home to try to figure out what she should do next. And I think it's just going to deal with racism and classism and a different important topics. So I'm really excited to finish this book and keep going with it. So that's the first book I plan on finishing in August. I have a basket. It's going to be very heavy of my current TBR. This is not all for August because Lord have mercy, there's no way. I do work at a school, so if schools open back up, that will start in August. I'm also in grad school, and those classes for me online will start in August. So who knows how much reading I will actually get done this month. But a girl can dream, so we're about to figure out. I want to read Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganuesha. Oh, that was tragic. I probably should have Googled it before. This is a graphic novel, monotoned color, and it is essentially about a boy who lives in a big city, wants to be a family baker. I think it's just another coming of age similar to Heartstopper. I picked this up because everyone who recommended Heartstopper to me also recommended Bloom, and I thought, why not try it? I love a good graphic novel. They're just easy to read when you're like in a book slump or just like want more visuals. I love it. So this I hope to finish in August. The next book, the first essentially physical book I want to finish in August, is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. Yeah. It's essentially about a murder that happens in a small town in Louisiana, I believe. North Carolina, just kidding. In the late 1969. And there's this character called the Marsh Girl who essentially lives on her own in the marshes of North Carolina. But once this murder happens, the townspeople think the Marsh Girl did it. 2 men then come into town and are intrigued by her, and I'm assuming it's just a mystery. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about this book. I'm very excited to get into it. I don't know too much besides that, other than everyone's been raving about it. So very excited to get into this. This is going to be the first book I physically pick up, so that's exciting. The next book I hope to pick up in August is just because summer is going to be over soon, I do want to pick up Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was featured in Book of the Month's June picks, although I wasn't a member yet, so I wasn't able to pick this up, so I bought it separately. It is essentially the story of two writers. One is like a romance fluffy writer. The other one writes like sad, not fluffy material, and they both separately go to the beach to hopefully get out of their writing slumps. They're not able to, and so they decide to switch genres. The man then tries to write romance, the woman then tries to write the sad, not fluffy stuff, and it is a romance book, so we can only assume what happens. I'm really excited to start this book, to break up some of the more thriller mystery I have going on with the Where the Crawdads Sing. So yeah, I'm excited to start this one. So the next book I hope to read in August is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Morano Garcia. I am half Hispanic, so I picked this up almost solely on the fact that it is based on like a Mexican woman. I got this for July's book of the month. It is essentially follows a woman who gets a call from her cousin to help her. She's newly married, and it's, I think, like a horror thriller. The title states Gothic, Mexican Gothic, so I don't know too much other than that. I really enjoy going into books without knowing too much so that my hopes aren't too high. So if I am disappointed, it's not that big of a deal. And I think, at least for me, going into a book without knowing too much, I get more enthralled in the characters and the plot and the storyline, far more than I would if I already know what's going to happen or I know the essential plot of a book. So that's this one. I only have one more book that I want to finish in August that is a physical copy, and that is We Are Liars by E. Lockhart. August is going to be full of thrillers and mysteries, and like, because that is just what I'm feeling recently. I'm super into like the spooky, keep you on your toes type of books right now, so I'm so excited to pick this up. I don't know what order I'm going to pick up these books, so we will see. But so this is essentially just like the other books. I don't know too much, and the synopsis of the back, very limited. I'll read it to you. It says, if anyone asks how it ends, just lie. We are Sinclairs. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that is all you need to know, except that some of us are liars. That's all I know. I'm super excited to like read this book. I've been recommended this book so many times that I can't wait to get into it, just like a lot of the other books I plan on reading in August. I picked it up and I was like, I need it, and I'm excited to get into it. I don't know too much, like I said, so, but who needs to know a lot? Not me. And then finally, to wrap up, I have a few audiobooks that I want to get through this month also. I do drive a lot, so audiobooks are super helpful in the fact that I can get through more books while I'm also doing something else. So the first book, like I said, is The Vanishing Half. I've already started that, so that's already been kicked off. The next book I hope to read is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. There's a theme for August, and it is that I don't know much about any of the books I'm gonna read, so I can't help you on what these books are entirely about. I do know that Noelle read this book on audiobook, and she said the ending was very like plot twisty, so I'm excited about that. But that's it, so we'll see. The next book I plan on reading, I do have the physical copy for. I've just never gotten around to it. It's been on my TBR. You probably just saw it. It's been on my TBR for probably over 2 years, or whenever this book came out. When did it even come out? 2017. That's how long I've had this on my TBR. And that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I plan on reading this on audiobook just because I've had it on my TBR for so long that I just want to read it, and my hold for it in Libby is coming up soon, so I will be able to get into it. It also is a little daunting because it's just such a chunky looking book. It's over 500 pages, and so I thought trying to read this audiobook was just the best decision for me. I can also read it along with the audiobook in the physical copy since I do have it. I don't even remember what this is about other than it's like, yeah, the lost city of the Weep. So like, I don't remember. It's been so long, but I know everyone hyped this book up when it came out. I was so excited to read it. I just never got to it because the basket never gets empty of my TBR. So it just got pushed to the back burner. But so I plan on reading it in audiobook and hopefully getting it through in August. And the last audiobook I hope to read is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I do also have, where is it? I do also have Daisy Jones and the 6 by Taylor Jenkins Reid in my TBR. I have yet to read either of these books, although I've heard amazing things about both. Since I have the physical copy of this one, I thought I would pick up The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo on audiobook to see if I can get into it that way, punch another one out, getting through these books. I'm trying. So those are the books I plan to read in August. Like I said, August is going to be kind of a crazy month. School starts back up for both work and my grad school. Who knows with this pandemic what kids going back to school will look like. But we're all going to figure it out together and hoping I can escape the crazy world of the pandemic through my books. So these are all the physical books I hope to read. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, leave them down below. I love being recommended books, especially after you guys hear the type of books I'm into. I think it's super helpful and a great conversation starter. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Happy to answer, and I will see you guys later. Bye.